All right. Yes, that was me clearing my throat. Okay. So I wanted to make a video about this because it's me after going to a church. So I want to say a few things about that. It was interesting, I suppose. It's always weird for me to go to church, but it was fine. I mean, it was whatever. Okay, if anyone sees this, just let me preface, just preempt all of this by just saying, if you're a church person, a religious person, whatever, oh my God, please just try to not be offended. All right. I am going to try to be as not insulting as possible, even though I am almost definitely going to be insulting. So, yeah. In some parts at least, but it's going to be kind of an explainer also. All right, so everyone was very friendly, which I liked. And yeah, and I even asked somebody there about this, that they were all kind of old. They were all older than me, and I'm 42. So, youngsters would be like, "You're old. You're an old man." I'm not an old man. I'm older, and I'm middle-aged. I consider 40 plus to be middle-aged. Maybe 35 is middle-aged. I don't know, but whatever. Yeah, 35, 40, middle-aged, whatever. That's a tangent in and of itself. But so it was fine. I mean, no one was hostile, So, I mean, if you go to a church and you're new and they're like, "What are you doing here? You're not one of ours." It's like, well, okay. So, that is not an inviting church, and you need to get the hell out of there. So, yeah. I've been to 3 so far. None of them have been anything like that. They've been all very inviting, and all of them have been very nice. So, right off the bat, they've been, let's just say that. They've everyone at every church, all 3 have been very nice. So, I want to make that clear. But to get to another major bullet point here, I want to speak to the MAGA crowd or whatever. The religious right, would it be? I don't know. Devout believer, whatever you want to identify yourselves as. When you may look at it's like when you look at maybe atheists or secular non-believer, whatever, or I don't know, it's like, let me explain. If you watch movies and you see a bunch of people in black cloaks, like at night in the woods in a star pentagram chanting holding, torches or something like that, and you're like, oh, they're a bunch of Satanists or something like that. They're doing a weird ritual and all that stuff. Oh man, I got itchies. And doing all that weird crap. And you're like, ooh. It's like, for people that are not believers, atheists, agnostics, just non-believers, that's what you do on Sunday, and you go to church and you just do your thing. That's what you look like to us. That's how weird everything. We're not scared of you or anything. It's just, that's what you look like to us. You look freaky and weird. It's just, we're not like gonna run for the hills or anything like that. So, yeah, we're just looking at you and like, oh, so you believe in Santa Claus still? All right, whatever. I, that's, and, we wouldn't really care about that. But, here's the one of the really disturbing things. Not for necessarily all of the believers, but for some of you, it gets into a big kind of issue when you still have, this might offend you, when you still have political power. Because, it's like that. Oh my God, you believe in Santa Claus. I'm using that kind of metaphor of you believe in Santa Claus, and it's just kind of like, wow, that comes into like, now roads don't get fixed. And we don't have, good health care. And maybe you're saying those aren't linked. Well, they are linked because somebody ties this belief to they're going to, they tie A to B to C to D to healthcare. You see how they play that game of not really musical chair, but they make a chain link out of it, and then they get to whatever they want to get to, but they use faith, and then they tie it to, screw it, we don't want healthcare, or we don't want the EPA to exist anymore. They know where they want to end at, and then they just build a bridge backward to faith, to your Santa Claus, and that doesn't work good for you either. I mean, they're just weaponizing your faith against you, and that's really bad. Well, it's evil for one thing. It's duplicitous, and I'm sad that you can't realize that that is what they're doing. So I think a lot of you actually can realize it. I think you do. And I think another YouTuber said this. that you've just been conditioned that, Republicans are the good party and Democrats are like the devil or something. And like, just, you have so much going on in your lives, you just like, fuck it, I'll just check the Republican box. And it's like, I understand that for a long time, the Democratic voting bloc they're in the same position. We don't have enough, we got so much going on, we don't have enough time to, screw it, I got too much going on, the Democrats are the good guys, is the Republican bad, I'll just check the Democrat box. And it's like, that is such a great voting system we got going on, I don't really like it either, but I don't know. I do know the Republicans are trying to screw you more than the Democrats. I mean, and they're trying to screw more people more. That's unequivocal. And now with Trump in office, I think some Democrats are finally starting to like get over to the rationalist side even more, and whatever. But I've been saying this more and more in posts and stuff, and I think more people are starting to realize that both the Republican and Democrat parties are kind of ancient. And if you look back 100, 150, 200 years, there were more than two parties in the United States. And even within the existing parties, there were people that had many kind of divergent thoughts. There was a spectrum within those parties. Now it's just like within those two parties, you just march in step, and it's good to march in step when it's a good idea. But when it's a horrible idea, don't follow a horrible idea. All right? If you want to follow a good idea, it's a good idea. But, whatever. It's like Reagan, trickle-down economics. Oh, yeah. We saw how that worked. Never. So, yeah. Yeah. And, we've been trying to, to give tax breaks to billionaires and see how the entrepreneur billionaires will, we got to free up the billionaire class, or free up the millionaires to make jobs for everybody. Where do I even start picking apart that statement? Free up the billionaire class. Geez, that's another, God, whatever. Anyways, I'm diverging again. Point being, look, where even was I? I don't know. Church, great, excellent. You want to believe in stuff, that's fine. I don't know why you need to get together with a group of people to believe in the same thing. Whatever. Go for it. I mean, build your building, make it look big and shiny, and get free tax exemption. Whatever. Even though no other thing can get tax exemption, I mean, I don't see why I can't, get together with a few hundred of my friends and build a nice big thing and, stock it with a bunch of candy and hookers and call it the United Church of Candy and Hookers and get tax exemption for that. But I don't know. apparently we can't. So, anyways, that is not to diminish somebody's belief, because apparently we can't diminish beliefs. Anyways, the point was, like I said before, looking from the outside in, you have to understand it looks weird. And if you doubt that, I challenge any Christian person, really, really find a mosque, a synagogue, or better, go to a Hindu temple. Really, seriously, go there, a Hindu temple, and go to their worship. Or Sikh temple, or something not in the Abrahamic tradition. Go to one of those. Find it somewhere. And maybe you'll be like, this is different. Maybe you'll find yourself thinking the same thing, like, this is interesting. Also, another thing, church is a lot like, I was thinking on the way back, walking home, I was thinking, it's, what was it? It's a lot like English class. It's, what was it? Boring. It's boring and long, and just, I don't know. Oh, it's boring. Yes. Sorry. I mean, it is. Because, whatever. That's just my assessment. Some people like it a lot more. To each their own. Yeah, sorry. But also, 17 minutes. Okay. I got more time to go. Also, I was thinking, it's kind of weird, and well, not weird, but you got it in the South. The saying of, in the South or in Texas, I don't know which one, maybe both, but Texas, it's Sunday is church and football. And I'm like, well, that kind of makes sense, because church is in the morning and football is after. And that's it's kind of like the reverse of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, you feast and party, and then you party and feast, and then you eat and everything, and you're having a good time, and you're talking and stuff, and then afterwards you sleep, right? Because you fill up and you're tired. And normally, on not anything else, with Sunday and stuff, you're at church and then you watch football. So those days, you sleep at church, and then you wake up and you go to football. Yeah, football. Yeah, football. So they're polar opposites. Church is the opposite of Thanksgiving. Whatever. That's just a weird observation. Thanksgiving is party, sleep, and every Sunday is Thanksgiving Day flipped around. Unless, of course, you go to church on Thanksgiving. Ugh. That's like going to church on Christmas. Oh my God, are you one of those people? Ooh. Can I just get a lump of coal as one of my presents instead of having to go to church also? I mean, like, seriously, why don't you just beat your kids instead of that? Like, wow. Oof, man. That's like telling your kids, you're grounded for Christmas. Now that's your present. Man. Jeez. I don't know. I guess I just really have a very horrible. Did anyone go to like a church that was like totally the ass opposite of every experience I've well, I've not really had a lot of experience with church, but has anyone have like a church where it's like fun? Like fun? I don't know. Like you go there and it's like you like going there. Like you look forward to going there. I don't know why you would look forward to going there. Like it's like a concert or something. Like you're like, wow, I get to go to church again. Why would you? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Because you get to talk to your friends or something. I mean, can't you do that anytime? Whatever. I mean, I went there because I moved to a new town and it's small. So, utilitarian business transaction stuff. So, it's necessary. And like I said, they're all nice. So, no problem. Hey. I just find it boring, that's all. Oh, man. Let's see. Again, I want to remind anyone that watches this. I'm not intentionally being insulting. I realize I may inadvertently be insulting, but that's not the intent, and I'm not trying to be mean either. That very well may be how it's coming off. So, the blunt honesty of it, well, there you go. Sorry. I'm sort of not sorry for it. I mean, you know, I think you understand. I don't want to try and be a total ass, but you know, whatever. Oh well. I don't know. I kind of feel bad about being a dick, but I don't know. Whatever. So far, it wasn't for me. But, you know, it's like if you remove the church, the worship stuff from the church, I think it'd be great. You know, just take all that like Bible junk out of there, and sure, I'm great with it. Yeah, let's just get together and talk, and take all the like, oh, Jesus did this, Jesus did that. Yeah, just rip that out of there, and yeah, okay. I think I'd be great with that. Then we have a good time. You know, maybe even throw some barbecue in there and put a big slide and a swing set. All right. I like swings. you know? I'm sure I'm 42, but who doesn't like a swing? All right? So, yeah. I think that's a good place to end. Put me on a swing and I am a little kid again. There we go. Oops.